Hi, it's Joy and today we're going to be watching the Clone Wars Season 4 Episode 7, Darkness on Umbara. I am very excited to see what we're going to get up to now. I'm assuming now R2 and C-3PO will have made it safely home from there and we'll be on to another arc. So I am excited. A reminder that you can find the unedited version of this reaction and all of my reactions on my Patreon. You get this 2 weeks in advance, the edited version 1 week in advance, and let's go.
Does my battalion have to do everything?
Always.
All right, let's go.
How many of these clones are going to die? It's kind of weird because, like, in this instance, we're the invading force. And yes, this is a world that is allying separatists and now our enemies. So, of course, we're going to go on the offensive at times, but it's just sort of strange. I love those things. I really am not a fan of how many clones have already died in this episode. God, this is like just going over the top. Just run into the gunfire. Many of you will die, but some of you might make it to the other side. See, I like the Jedi like Anakin. He's on the front line with the clones. So he's not just one of the people sitting in their ivory towers sending these people they bred simply to die. Because the clones are just cannon fodder for the Republic's war. It's probably not just divine, is it? Oh, great. Oh, God. Good thinking. I find these battle episodes very stressful. But this is exactly like being in the trenches. You know, when I said that, I didn't mean we had to find some actual trenches.
Get some rest. Thank you, sir. I'm fine. The general's giving you an order.
Uh-huh. Oh, helmet on, please. Anakin didn't even notice that until Rex told him. Oh God, yes, thank you. I forgive you for not noticing immediately.
General Krell's here? Something big must be going on.
Oh.
The council has ordered you back to Coruscant, effective immediately.
In the middle of a battle?
What?
That's such, I mean, it's the fucking Chancellors, of course it is. That's such bad leadership to, like, change the command in the middle of a battle, someone that's never trained with these men before. I don't have a good feeling about this.
You are able to recognize the value of honor for a clone.
Ugh.
Stand at attention when I address you.
What the fuck? Oh God. He's an effective fighter, I'll give him that.
Anyone else want to stop and play with the animals?
My God!
Think so. Now,
I hope he dies. I don't actually hope he dies, but I hope he gets in a really sticky situation that the clones have to save him from.
they need the resolve to complete the task at hand.
You just want them to die if they're worn out.
Do all of you understand this? Now move on.
Yes, for sure, when they can barely stand by the time they get there, they're going to be such great fighters.
You to forward assault along the main route to the city.
But, sir, General Skywalker's plan was to surprise them with multiple attacks. If we come in from the main
Far
route,
more effective. My God, this is 100% level 1. He is the stuffy old general that literally only got an officer seat because his parents paid for it, because that's how it worked back in the day. And then he's just sending the foot soldiers, who he doesn't value, as cannon fodder just straight across the trenches while he's like, oh yes, you know, like number 1, they moved the line 1 step, 1 meter, and they were like, oh, we did it. Just, I hate it.
Are you questioning my
Yes!
Do I make myself clear, CT?
You really inspire leadership, you bastard.
General.
Just dehumanizing them. The concept of having clones I disagree with fundamentally. At least Anakin and Obi-Wan and Ahsoka and people treat them like they matter and like they have human value. Because they do. If you wanted mindless fighting machines, you should have fucking got droids.
So, this is it. But what if he's wrong?
How many is he gonna get killed?
Time for it.
Is the general even going with them? He's not even here, is he? So my thing when I... Of course. Who can be so shocked that they booby-trapped the main route? The quickest route.
Everyone watch
Just go exactly where the person in front of you went. And the general's not even here. Like, at the beginning of the episode. And now they can't watch their step because they're being attacked. Like, even if he miraculously turns up now and helps save the day, he's just sent them in to die. Oh God.
Feeble-minded clones. Get in there and save their necks.
You fucking get in there! This Jedi is freaking on the dark side of the Force, if you ask me.
This entire operation has been compromised.
It already...
Your failure.
You can't admit you were wrong, can you, you bastard?
Not clones, men.
Yes!
I know that I don't command like the Jedi you're used to serving. Certainly not like General Skywalker.
Not like any Jedi.
My way, and it's proven effective.
No, it hasn't.
Your loyalty to your
Oh my God. Feeling rage boiling inside of me. This guy is not a Jedi, or at least as far as I'm concerned he's not following any Jedi code that I've ever heard. I think one pat on the shoulder from the dark side and he'd be skipping down the path. The concept of viewing the clones as just expendable, as nothing less than mindless automatons that, because I don't want to call them droids because I don't necessarily think droids are mindless totally, you know, some of them definitely aren't. It makes me so angry. This whole episode was, to me, I love history. I mean, I'm not even particularly a World Wars history person, I prefer older history. But it seemed very reminiscent of old school, like, the commander just sits back and sends the poor people and the men to go and die. Whereas Anakin and Obi-Wan at least fight on the forefronts. And you know, World War One, which is the one it really reminded me of, especially with the trenches and trying to the assaults, it was just mindless. The loss of life. It was just go over the top, face the machine guns, maybe a couple of you will make it to the other side and we'll be able to get that trench. It was just, they were just sitting behind their lines sipping tea. Just disgusting. And this Krell is that. And I despise him passionately. So much so that I feel like if a bullet was coming towards him, I might just be like, oh no. No, I'd push him out of the way and then I'd be like, see? I mean, I'm not a clone, but you know, if I was there, I guess I would be. It makes me so mad. And even his, like, oh, loyalty, that's an admiral commander. A good commander needs that. I just don't have any insults off. Like, he's just a bastard. He doesn't care about anyone but himself. He clearly, I imagine he'll be the sort of person who thinks Jedi are superior to anybody else. Like I said, skip down the dark, pat on the shoulder from the dark side, off he goes. He makes me so mad, and the thought of those clones who, I already hate the concept of the clones. I already think that in a way that was one of the things the Jedi agreeing to was the end of the Jedi Order, was having clones for combat. And it was not even like, yes, it would cost a lot more money and be a lot more of a waste of time, but every clone was given the opportunity, if you don't want to fight, you can go and have a life somewhere else and, like, we'll find you a home. It was literally, you will fight or you will become a janitor. Like, disgusting, immoral, wrong. And at least when you have commanders like Anakin and Obi-Wan who care about the men under their command, they're not going to needlessly send them into dangerous places. They go into dangerous places with them whenever possible. At least that makes it a little bit better, because it's like, I'm taking the same risk as you, so I'm valuing your life alongside mine. Now, when it comes down to rescuing people, I can kind of understand, the concept of rescuing someone with magic powers, like Jedi powers, someone that is a Jedi, which is far rarer than a clone, over rescuing clones. But I do think that the way Krell is acting is despicable, and I really hope this arc, because I'm assuming that we're not just gonna leave those, our beloved, you know, Fives and Rex and everyone just surrounded and dying, will culminate hopefully in Krell either getting a severe reprimand from Anakin or getting saved by the clones and then realising that he's a huge dick. But part of me does wonder if, yes, he's so dismissive of the clones, calling them by their numbers instead of by the names they've taken on. Disgusting. I'm so angry. I feel almost like if this was an army of Jedi with just civilians of the Republic, he would be a little bit more like treating them, because he wouldn't think they were like objects, but he would still be very dismissive. So yeah, this infuriated. At the beginning, I was like, see, I hate the idea of clones, but Anakin's with them, he's fighting, and then by the end I was like, oh. I think right now, if a separatist knocked on my door and was like, hey, aren't the Jedi bitches? And that was the only Jedi I'd seen, I'd be like, yeah, I'm fighting with you. So yeah, this was a freaking frustrating episode. Thank you. Reminder, you can find the unedited version of this reaction and all of my reactions on my Patreon 2 weeks in advance, the edited version 1 week in advance, and thank you for watching.